It's Big Queen ChingAling out here. And I'm hoping I get some users out here today. I've been sitting here rattling off thinking that I was on doing this live. But you know what? I wasn't because I didn't hit the right button. However, what I was saying is that YouTube, I think, took away my live chat for a little bit because I messed up. I messed up last week with copyright infringements, and I got a slight bad mark. I'm not going to fault YouTube. That was me trying to get away with something stupid. And hopefully YouTube will give me back my chat box in my live streams like it was before. Not too, short here. I'm going to do a lot of workout videos. Right now, that's what I need to do. I need to do some workout videos, okay? I need to do some serious workout videos. And I need to study. So, today being February 2nd, after I posted the last video, The Power of the Tic-Tac-Toe Box, I did do a prediction for midday, but I didn't post it live, okay? I, maybe chatted to a few friends on Facebook, but I didn't post my prediction live. But my prediction for this evening, I think it was 8:07 and 9:29. But I didn't go play. I was like, wait, let me just wait and see. And I'm one of those that I just like to wait and see, okay? Hold on, man. Hold on, just let me see. I don't know anybody I could invite. Golly. That's Gmail, share, invite. Let me close that off. Anyway. What is this? Confirm. Oh, I don't want to end the broadcast. I want to continue the broadcast. And so anyway, I posted and talked to a few of my Facebook friends on there, and I told them it was going to be 8:07 or 2:92. When the final draw came down, it came out to be 9:02. So that got me to wondering, okay, I was so close and I was so confident that I knew I possibly had it. I felt like it was going to be a double, which it wasn't a double, but I just wanted to know. I figured, well, let me figure out what is. Hey, I don't know who's viewing me, but hey, YouTube has got me kind of blocked from doing a regular live. I don't have a chat box. I think they got teed off at me last week for copyright infringements for the video I posted. That was my fault. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to sit here and badmouth YouTube. It was something I tried. It didn't work out. It's okay. Hopefully they'll put my chat box back on here and put me back on regular live streaming here in just a few days. I think I had a friend of mine who did the very same thing. But after that, he got mad. He called YouTube custom out. And I was astonished at the language that he was using. And not only was it that he was using it, he was using it over YouTube. And I was surprised that he was broadcasting. He's dropping all these F-bombs left and right. And I'm like, you are trying to cuss out the wrong. There's nothing you can do to make YouTube do or anything that you want them to do. You goofed up. Now you got to suffer the penalty. There are consequences for things that you do. So, with that being said, now what happened to him was, even after the dropping the F-bombs, I think he got penalized for maybe, it was either 3 or 4 days or a couple of weeks, and then it jumped from a couple of weeks up to 90 days. I'm like, okay. And I did. I used to say I was enjoying watching him live stream. And then I had to do it 90 days without him watching him live stream. He had to go and make videos and turn around and then post them on YouTube in order for us to see them, but it just wasn't the same, you know. So anyway, getting back to what I'm doing. What I'm talking about is what does the number 2 do? Because of the fact that I was so close, okay? I was so close for tonight's South Carolina draw. Like I said, I predicted it was 929. It came out to be 902. And that's always been the story of my life. Why come I'm so close, but I'm one off? And then for like a midday today, I got him. I mean, I was lazy, and I did not go to the store this morning to get my numbers for midday, but I had already made the prediction, and I think I predicted 693, and basically the reason that I predicted 693 for the midday draw was because honestly it came up in the workout, the tic-tac-toe box that I was doing, because you know I did that. Hold on a minute. I did that video last night called The Power of the Tic-Tac-Toe Box. I hope y'all have seen it. I don't have a chat box. I can't chat with y'all. We can't open up a live chat right now. I don't know. That was my goof up. I don't know what the heck's going on here. But anyway, I had predicted that today's midday draw was going to be 693. It ended up being 692. So I'm wondering, wait a minute. I'm getting better now, and I'm only like one. I'm not just a number off, like a digit off, okay? I'm one number off. I'm like, what is going on here? So now we decided to look at the number 2. And what does the number 2 do when it falls in a draw? All right, so what I did was I started out with, in each draw you have 3 digits. The first digit, which is whatever. Second digit, which is whatever. Third digit, which is whatever, okay? But so I put number 2 in the middle digit to see what it would do to the first digit and the third. Well, let me get my paperwork right here, and I'll explain to you exactly what the number 2 does. Let me go back some, because I've done jump now from going from the mid-January, actually not mid-January, all the way from the January 1st of this year to present day. And now I went from that, and I've been taking notes, and I went back all the way to 2016, September 2016, just studying the number 2. What does it do? Because of the fact that today was the last draw today at Edenham was 902. Okay. So I'm going to explain what does the number 2 do. So I find my papers. And one of my viewers even asked me today, because in the tic-tac-toe box, she wanted to know how did I get the 031. Hold on a minute, I'm done lost my paperwork as usual. Let me look on here. I need to sort out some of my papers. It's a shame that I don't have my comment. I was going to open up and let y'all sit and watch and chit-chat with each other. And I can't do it. I don't have a chat box. They took it away from me for a minute. It's okay. But they'll turn around and give it back to me at some point. Hold on a minute. I can code my stuff up. There it is. Let me get my papers right here. See, do I have anything else? Okay, I think this is pretty much well covers it. And I'm going to explain to you. Yeah. I'm going to explain to you what the digit number 2 does. All right. So I went all the way back to, I hope y'all are listening to me. I want to find out, what does the 2 do? First of all, we know the power of 1. And I started out studying this a little bit, and that's why I found out, each digit in a draw has a power, a certain act for doing something. Just don't know, what does it do? What's it going to turn to? And my belief is, if we understand what a digit does, then we're going to understand how it's going to fall for the next draw. It gives us a better chance of picking it out. All right. So we're all the way back to January 1st. Let me get my... It's on the 15th. I don't mind. I had here in a second. I swear I did. I swear I did. I take down some of the most crappiest notes of anybody. That goes back from 116. I started out, I know it, January 1st. Or did I? Hell, I don't know. But I'm still fixing to explain it to you. And I know that I did start out in January 1st on one of these notes here. What's January? Okay. Just give me a second here. Okay. Oh, Queen ChingAling, I goofed up again. It's okay. I'm not going to rush. I tell you, it gets hot in this building in here sometimes. It's a good little apartment, but I tell you, with me running around here cooking and stuff and fixing my dinner and stuff, it gets hot in here on days it can't make up its mind what it wants to do. And I think today is one of them days. Well, I thought maybe I know that I did. It's not on that page. Queen ChingAling truly is crazy. Okay. Truly is crazy. Because it takes a crazy person to sit here all day long and to study these numbers and wrap her head around all this. Well, maybe I done destroyed those 2 papers. Hold on a minute. I'm done. Lost the paper somewhere now, I'm telling you. This is aggravating. God, I have so many paper. I need to clean this thing out, I know. But I will start out. This is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start out talking about this thing. Because it basically loops around. Y'all know what flips are. All right, flips are when you sit and take, start out with 0. Because 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Vertical, okay? Then on this side, put 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, then you draw a line between them all the way down. 0 is the flip of 5, 1 is the flip of 6, 2 is the flip of 7, 3 is the flip of 8, 4 is the flip of 9, okay? Now, a consecutive, to me, is what I consider a number. Now, this is one of my discoveries. Ain't not nobody telling me, okay? Is what a number turns into. Like 2 is consecutive 8, and 8 vice versa. 3 and 4 evidently are the consecutive of 10. And it turns into a 7, because I've noticed a lot of times a 7 will turn into a 4 in the next draw, okay? Or a 4 might turn back into a 7, or a 4 could flip back over into a 9, or a 4 could turn into a 2. So different numbers do different things, okay? I noticed here lately that when a 9 pops up, well, I know there's a lot smarter people out there in Pick 3 land that know a little bit more than me. I'm just a dumb old country girl, and that's all I can really tell you. I'm just a dumb old country girl. I don't know a whole lot. I come up in the sticks being chased by a stick with a daddy that got pissed off at me just because he didn't like what I was doing, or got mad at me, maybe wasn't doing quick enough, or whatever. That was back in the day that everything was in the control of the man of the house. He didn't know how to be man of the house. He knew how to throw a stick. He knew how to kick a football, but you used my brother for the football and used me for the beating post. Long story short, okay? But I always knew that, whatever you had to achieve, you had to work for. That's the one thing I did get from my daddy, was that you have to work for something that you want to achieve. Ain't nobody ever give me nothing. I'm sitting here now, and the only reason I'm posting these videos is I'm trying to get my video income up, okay, where it would benefit me more. And that's going to depend on the good content that I put on here. It's going to depend on the amount of viewers that watch my videos. It's going to depend on a lot of things. So, with that being said, let me get started on this, what we're talking about. I went back into January. I went all the way back, I know. I'm like pissed off right now because I can't find that other 2 pieces of paper that I wrote. They're not on the floor. Where'd they go to? I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to say. Where's my phone? I don't even know where my phone is. Screw it. Anyway, I cover stuff up with these papers. Just a second. Now, there's my iPad. I wish somebody would ring my daggone phone. Hey, that might be a good idea. Somebody ring my phone whenever here. Oh, well. I found it. Doo-doo. Quit ChingAling crazy. I want to look at the month of January on here. Because I want to make sure I know. Oh, goodness. ChingAling is crazy as hell. Yeah, okay, well, we're starting out. I think I did do this always back first. We started out with 162, and I'm going to explain this. I'm going to explain this looking on my phone at the number 2, okay? Since I can't find my paper, so y'all follow along with me. On the January 1st, the fall was 162, okay? That was a draw, 162. So in the next day, what happened was the 2 actually came. I guess you can look at it in this way as kind of a double, because what it did, it fell consecutive. It fell as an 8 for the first digits position. then it moved from the third digit position on the first draw, which was, like I said, 162, to the middle position on the even draw. It made it 8-2. If nothing else was in there, we had to go and start with 1. So the next draw for January 1st of this year was 821. Okay? Then what that 2 did was it doubled. When I say double like that, what it did was it added to itself. It did it twice. Okay? And for January 2nd, 2 plus 2 is what? 4. And then again, 2 plus 2 is 4. And then the third digit, the 2 moved to the third digit. So it was the January 2nd was 442. Do you understand me? All right. Then for January 2nd, in the evening time, what happened was, this is showing us everything that it's doing. The 2 in the third position for the midday draw went to the first position. It flipped, okay? It fell as a 7, okay? Then in the third position, it fell back as 2, leaving the middle position open, which fell as 1. So the 2nd of January in the evening was 721. So the next day, that 2 then again fell as a double, okay? But it fell 225. So since it fell 225, there was nothing there at the end. It fell 22, okay? So it had to be 220. But that 0 flipped to a 5. Okay? So let's see what it did the next day. So now, the next draw. The next draw, which was the evening of January 3rd, what that 22 did was, in the first digit, it just fell down as itself. But in the next digit, it fell consecutive. And what did I say consecutive was? And consecutive is a number added to it to add up to 10, which it fell to 8. Does that make any kind of sense? So let's see what happened on the next draw. All right, so the next draw, the 2 obviously did something. Don't know what. The next draw, and I'm going to tell you what the next draw came out, was January 4th in the midday of 219. Well, listen to me here. Listen to me close. A 2 will double. A 2 will bring on a double. And when I say double, I mean add 2 plus 2 equals 4. Or it may bring on a double, which it may bring on 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, something like that. Okay, I hope y'all are learning from me. All right. It may flip over to consecutive, which is 8. Okay. It may flip to a 7. But in this case, what it did for the next draw was the 2 flipped to a 7. Okay? You follow with me? It flipped to a 7. Then that 7 then became the consecutive, which was 4. Okay? And then in the third digit, that 2 added 1, which 2 plus 1 is what? 3. So we have 4, 3. So we didn't talk about the first number. No, I didn't talk about the first number. We're talking about 2s, okay? We're not talking about any other number. We're talking about 2s. All right, but getting to the first number, what happened? It left that first digit open. So we just used a 0 back up in here on the 3rd in the evening. The 0 was the 3rd digit, okay? So the midday of the 4th, so we already figured out that the digits for the second number was 4 and 3. That must make that 0 fall to 9. And sure enough, the draw for midday, January 4th of this year was 943. Okay. Then we didn't have another 2 fall. Let me tell you, we didn't have a number 2 fall. I'm not going to talk about 2s when I don't see them fall. But I know that they're there. They are in action. Numbers are alive. Okay, numbers are alive. So after this, we didn't have a number 2 fall from the point of January 3rd in the evening until, see, 1, 2, or 3, well, for 3 draws, which was on January 5th in the midday. And this time it fell in the middle position. Why? Because on January 4th, you had a double that fell 6-6. Does that make sense? A double fell 6-6, so therefore that middle digit was a 2. So what did that middle digit do this time? Well, it did exactly what I thought it was going to do tonight, or today, okay, which part of it was kind of part of the reason as to why I said that today's draw was going to be 9. What I said, 936, yeah. Yeah. Well, on January 5th of 2019, it fell 369. So let me review this again. At first, on January 4th of 2019, in 80 had 661. Then you fell 325 on the midday of January 5th. So now we're trying to figure out what happened on evening draw of January 5th. And that 2 fell as 369. Let's figure out what did it do. And I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you what it did. Okay, in the middle, it actually fell in the middle digit and disguised itself as a 6, because what it did was it flipped to a 7 and then subtracted 1. Okay, it fell to a 7 and then subtracted 1. So we knew, and I think you'll see that when you look at the tic-tac-toe box. If you do the tic-tac-toe boxes like I showed you in the power of the tic-tac-toe boxes, which means, and you have to do it correctly, like I said, you have to write down the draws in the order that they fall, okay, in order to see this. You can't jumble up the numbers because you're not going to see what I'm talking about. So the 2 flipped over and turned into a 6. Then after that, let's see, we didn't have a number 2, an actual visual number 2 pop back up till 1, 2, 3, 4 draws later. And on January 7th of 2019, it fell 722. Remember, because they kept telling y'all all week long, all month long, that we were going to triple out in January. Well, it's into February. We haven't tripled out yet, okay? So let's see, how in the world did this happen? It fell on January 7th. It fell 222. All right. Well, I'm not going to say how it fell to January 22nd because I can easily figure it out for myself. But sit here and explain it to y'all would be kind of hard because I don't have a whole lot of time. But I'm trying to get to the point of how it felt this afternoon and what a 2 does. So anyway, on January 7th, the 3-digit draw was 722. For the next draw, which was going to be the midday of January 8th, that 2 in the middle, what happened was it fell as consecutive, okay? Which the consecutive is 8. The 2 on the third digit position subtracted 1. So what did that leave? 1 subtract 2 is what? 1. So you know you have 8, 1 for the second and third digit of the next midday draw. So what's that 7 on the first digit position going to do? It flipped. All right. So which made it the next midday draw was 2, 8, 1. If you've watched the video, The Power of the Tic-Tac-Toe Box, it should show you that. All right, then after this, a 2 skipped, and then it fell on January 9th, midday. So let's see what it did in that third position. In the third position, it came back on January 9th. In the evening, it flipped. Okay? Let's see what it did. And you didn't see a number 2 fall again for 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Lose my spot. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 draws later until a 2 fell. And this time it fell on January 12th in the third position. Okay, for anybody that's following in with me, let me explain a draw. A draw has 3 positions. We're not going to call the whole thing a number. Well, I mean, you know, when you're going to the store and you're talking to your friends, you know, you can relate to it. That's time to relate to it as a number. Well, I'm going to play this and that number. I'm going to play this and that number. But when you're trying to do a workout, that's a whole new ball game, okay? When you're trying to do a workout for pick 3, let's look at it as positions. First position, second position, third position, okay? All right. So, let me go back a little bit right here on January 11th, 2019. This is where it all started. Again, the draw was 1, 3, 3. You have how many 3s? You have 2 3s. All right. Which made on January 12th in midday that third digit was 2. All right. So what did the 2 do for the next draw? Well, since the 2 is in the third position, it doubled itself. And when I say it doubled itself, 2 plus 2 is what? 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. And the 4 fell where? If you guessed in the middle position, you're right. It fell in the middle position. All right, 4. And then what did it do? What do you think it did after that? It added. It added 2. 4 plus 2 is what? 6. Which left the first digit open. There's nothing there. Okay? So what do you got to do? You got to fill it with something. You got to put a 1 there. Okay? So you could have subtracted the 2 from the 3. That would have gave you 1. So then we go on, and we don't see another 2 for 1, 2. 2 draws later, and pops back up on January 14th. And again, in the third position. Why? Because you had 2 7s fall on the 13th in the evening. 7, 7, 3. And again, being in the third position, one of those, the middle 7 flipped into a 2 and fell into the third position. The first 7 went consecutive and fell into the middle position. And again, guess what it's done? It's left the first position open. 2, there's nothing there. All right, 4 and 2, what are you going to put there? Well, if you flip that 3 up here on January 13th, the 773, remember, flip it over to 8. 7 minus 8 is what? 1. So you're going to put the 1 down here on January 14th, looking for that draw as 142. If you're following along with me on your cell phone, looking at South Carolina website, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see where I'm coming from. And I hope this is helping y'all. So it went on. It actually kind of did fall right here in the next draw. Because I'm saying it in the next draw after the 142, what it did was 2 times 4 is what? 8. The 8 went to the first position and the third position. And then that 4 flipped over to a 9. And the draw for January 14th, 2019 was 898. Okay. And the 2 actually didn't come visible again until January 15th, 2019. And again, and luck would have it, guess what position it fell? In the third position. All right, this time what it did, since it fell in the third position this time, it turned consecutive for the next draw. The next draw, I can't talk. The next draw was January 15th, 2019. It turned consecutive. I mean, it turned to 8. Okay? So since it turned to 8, the 9 fell in the middle position. And then, I mean, you can say that the 6 fell down and went into the third position, or you can say that since you can't divide 2 into 9, it'll come out 4.5 each time. And then we'll do fractions and pick 3. You can say 2 minus 8 is what, 6. Either way, it came out 896 for the January 5th, 2019 draw. And then it fell again in the third position on January 16th, midday. And because the 9 couldn't really go anywhere, which a 9 in January 5th even position was in the middle, it couldn't go anywhere. The 9 fell the next day as a 0. And then the 6 flipped in the middle as 1, and the 8 turned back into the 2. 0, 1, 2. That was on January 16th, 2019. Okay? So let's see where a 2 comes up visible again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't pop up again for 11 draws. And guess what it pops up to this time? And I couldn't understand. Oh, it made me so mad. Because here I kept hollering, it's going to fall straight, it's going to fall straight, it's going to fall straight. And I go to the store playing 222 and 666, and guess what fell? 226. So, after a long run with no 2s falling, it finally fell on January 22nd as 226. The first and the second position took over the 2s. And how did we get the 6? Well, that 8 in the position before, this middle position, on January 21st, 2019, flipped to a 3. 3 minus 9 is what? 6. I was so mad. Man, if I'd known then what I I'm saying just watching patterns and what each digit does. And that's what I figured it would be best to benefit anybody and everybody to learn what digits do. Okay? So, after the 226, we visually did not see another 2 drop for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 draws. And it fell back again as 929 on January 25th in the midday. That's January 25th, midday, 2019. And the 2 fell in the middle position. So I wonder what made those 9s fall at the end. Well, because the draw before on January 24th was 633. All right. 6 plus 3 is what? 9. That was the first position. 6 plus 3 is what? 9. And that covered your third position. What do you have in the middle position? Nothing. So what you got to put there? 2. The 2 ain't showed up in forever. All right. So what did the 2 do to bring on the next draw? This is what the 2 did. And I hope y'all following along with me. Those who are interested, you got to know that there's something that each digit does. And I'm studying 2s right now. So the 2 on January 25th in midday actually added 1. 2 plus 1 is what? 3. That 3 fell to the middle position for the next draw. All right. Then for the third digit, the 2 subtracted 1, which fell to the third position. So you have 3, 1 in the middle position and the third position, which left the first position open. All right. So the draw before that, like I said, was 929. That third digit was 9. What came after that? 0. So on January 25th, 031 fell. Okay, so let's see where the 2 is. We're talking about visual, what you can see with your eyes. Let's see where the 2 fell again. All right, well, count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It didn't come back for 6 draws later on the evening of January 28th in the evening. It fell as 204. Okay. I'm not going to go how we got to the 2. Other than I can say this is that if you take the 4 and the 3 and the last previous draws and add them up together, it added up to 7. And you flip that 7 over, will give you 2. Okay. So, and then 9. 9 and 6 from the previous 2 draws is adds up to 5. Flip the 5 over, that's a 0. Okay. Then for the third, if you add the 3 and a 0, what you gonna get? 3, but that's not the correct number either, because you got to add 1. If you're gonna look at it that way, which will give you the 4. But this is what the 2 did. Actually, I'll tell you how you got that 4. In that previous draw on 363, you added the 6 and 3 in the third digit. Excuse me. Add the 6 and the 3 in the third digit, gave you 9, and you flip the 9, and that gave you the 4. I hope that makes sense. So, getting back to the January 28th, 2019 draw. Came out to 2-4. Now, we're just talking about what does the 2 do. In the next draw, the 2 subtracted 1. On the first digit, it fell as 2 subtract 1 is what? Comes to 1. And then I noticed, well, okay, it had an effect on the third digit as well. It flipped and fell to the third digit. So the third digit was 7, which that kind of leaves the middle digit open, okay? So since it left the middle digit open, you got to put something there to look at the draw 204. What do you think comes after the 0? It's not 1, because you just had a 1 fall before that, okay? Flip that 6. If you flip the 6 over, that's 1. Count 1, 0, and then it starts over again. We're talking about the lotto wheel. The lotto wheel that goes round and round, okay? So let's count together with me. 6 flipped over makes 1, and then you have 2, 0, 4, 0, 1, 0, 9. So, on January 29th, 2019, midday, it fell as 197. Okay? And then we get Actually, I'm talking about physically see with their eye a number 2. We didn't see it fall again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now we're in after the 6th draw. We're into February. So let me flip over, get into February. All right, 7, 8, 9 draws later, which was this morning, it fell as 6, 9, 2 with 2 on the end. All right. So, I should have seen this one coming, I tell you. I should have seen this one coming. Because now that I've been sitting here going through this thing, what happened was the 2 itself, from the 6, 9, 2 this morning, the 2 in the 3rd position. Let me get me a piece of paper because I'm going to sit here and do this dadgum workout. Let me get me a piece of paper and lay it out here so I can do my workout. I need a clean piece of paper. Come on, man, I ain't got all day. I taught my Mr. Cocky like this too. So, this morning, since the 6, 9, 2 fell for midday, what did the 2 do? It's almost like a children's book, almost. What did the 2 do? What did the 2 do? The 2 did this from 6, 9, 2, and we're talking positions again. From the 6, 9, 2, the 2 was in the 3rd position, the 9 being the 2nd, the 6 being the 1st. The 2 actually fell again in the 3rd position. Okay? All right, so we're going to leave the 2nd position open. Then the middle digit, which in the 6, 9, 2 fell as the 1st number in this evening draw, which was 9. You follow me? So, since we don't have anything in that 2nd position, we got to fill it with something. What do you think that something's going to be? Counting backwards. All right, count backwards. Look back up at here. Actually, let's start at the 1st of February. 3. 3 flipped to what? 8, 9. So what's after 9? Let's look talking about the middle position for this evening's draw. 0. So that's how you got the 0 in tonight's draw. Did that help everybody? Did that help y'all? I'm almost tempted to give up my phone number here because I want somebody, a viewer of mine, to call me and tell me, yes, I understand now. And I want to know, do you really understand? Do you really understand where I'm coming from? This be Queen ChingAling. If you're watching and you're listening, I'm going to give my number out real quick, okay? Because I want somebody to call me. And we're going to see if this phone will ring within the next couple of minutes. If not, I'm going to hang it up. All right. 803 849 9011. This be Queen ChingAling. This is a quick chat. If you want to chat with Queen ChingAling, did you get all that number? One more time. 803 849 9011. If you want to chat with Queen ChingAling, right now the time to do it. I'm not going to give this number out again. I guess don't nobody want to chat with Queen ChingAling because it ain't ringing. Maybe nobody likes to play pick 3. It's all about positions, folks. And ain't nobody calling Queen ChingAling. I think y'all got my number. I'll give it out again. No. I can't believe they didn't give me my chat box. Oh, it's ringing. Oh. It's a 773 number. Hold on a minute. Just a second. Hello, you're talking to Queen ChingAling. Fine, how you doing? Tell me where you're from. We're still live on video, you know? Oh, cool. Give me a second. Because I know you're going to want the Illinois draw. So let me pull it up on my iPad. Give me 1 second. Don't tell me No! Hold on a second. Let me plug the iPad in right quick. I'm going to plug it in. And it might take a minute for it to charge. But did you watch my video from the very beginning? Oh, Lord. I'll tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I done. I saw an interesting, and every time I see something interesting like this, it just blows my mind. So I figured I could sneak one over on YouTube. And what I did was I shot the video on TV of 60 Minutes last week where they showed a couple who had actually, and I don't want to say that they screwed the lottery because they didn't screw because everything was legal, okay? But they legally worked the lottery, which was a state lottery. It wasn't a Powerball, it wasn't a Mega Ball, but it was a state lottery for, I think it was Michigan and Massachusetts. Those two states. Oh, Lord, I'm not going to. Hold on a minute. Are you still there? Hold on a minute. They're trying to bump me off here, off my live chat. Hold on just a second. Yeah, they're telling me to leave the call or something. You are currently broadcasting. Exit the hangout on air. Also stop this broadcast. Or do you want to? I want to continue, but it's telling me to stop. Hold on just a second. Okay, everybody, I'm having problems right now, and I might have to come back on here in a little bit with the live chat. But I do have a caller from Illinois, and we're going to chit-chat here for a little bit and discuss what could happen possibly in Illinois for the next draw. So I hope I'm on here. But they're making me get off here. All right, y'all. So I'll see y'all later. Love y'all guys. Chill out.